from last night where I basically mowed down. This is the kind of the dream of people in Planetside to make so many killings and like so effectively. And what happened was TR put a Sunday on the switchback of the crown, which is a common approach. And TR tends to solve problems by zerging, and zerging is this idea that just a whole bunch of people just start pursuing taking over a base, or they pursue, and sometimes zergs end up being just kind of the craziest zergs are just these people that stream from one base without bringing Sundays and just stream to the next base, and that's a zerg you don't see much anymore, but they were doing something like that from the Sunday and the switchback, and coming up the back end, and that my brain just was just like, oh, this is easy. This is the answer to this problem is so easy. You just run them over with a vehicle. So I was just like, okay, I go back there and run them over with the ant, and the ant's got the ant that I'm using has mine guard. So if there's any mines down there, it's really not going to affect it that much until there just is so much mines. And so I basically run down a whole bunch of people, and then some guys throw some mines on, throw some C4 at me and blow me up. But I'm just like, that's okay. I just killed like 15 of your guys to do this. My KD ratio is going to be fantastic coming out of this, because it's going to be like for every one of my death, I've got 15 of your guys. And I did that 3 times. I mowed them down. They came to the realization that this is not working, and I guess our team went down there and took out the Sunday. The thing that freaks me out is that when this is happening, it's like the team is not really aware that there's a Sunday down there. They could look at the mini map and see that all these TR are streaming in from somewhere, but it doesn't occur to them that there's a Sunday down there, which is just so bizarre. And so it takes somebody like me to actually go back there and mow them down several times for people to realize, oh, the TR is coming from the back area. There's a Sunday down here, I'm just like, duh. Duh, what the fuck are you guys thinking, Where is your brains at, people, Does it take somebody as dumb as myself to try to bring out that the team is even worse than I, to notice that where these people are coming from? That's part of the reason why you want to use a motion beacon and not the reason why people use motion darts is because they're trying to create this. They're trying to create this cascade of motion stuff to try to find out where you are in a larger area, but it only works for about 15-20 seconds. And if the person knows that they're being scanned like that, it's not such a bad deal, because all they have to do is sit still for 20 seconds. But with a motion beacon, there's no hiding from it. You know that if the motion beacon is sitting there, any movement you make is going to be seen and everybody's going to see it. That's the reason why I don't use motion darts, is that they're not really very effective in tracking down a person, because all a person has to do is just sit still for 20-30 seconds till things are over with. If you have to keep cascading those darts out in order to catch the person, because the person's, they're going to have a harder time hiding from a motion beacon than they will from. So the thing is just to use motion beacons, and that's what I do. I use maxed out motion beacons. And the reason why the snipers use those stupid motion darts is because they're snipers. They spend all their certs snipers spend all their certs. They almost never use any other class. They're just sniper all the time because they make so many certs off of head kills. And from trying to build up their KD, because their KD is like their god, they are ineffective everywhere else. And even as recon, they don't do recon at all because they're so fucking into themselves that they don't even see the team. It's like I'm the guy who's gonna be effective here because I'm gonna eliminate all these fuckers. But the thing is that they don't realize that they're not effective at all. You know, they don't even help the process. They're not even there to help the team that much. I mean, they're getting rid of guys from far off, but they're really not preventing the flow of enemy. And they're like the worst kind of lone wolf because they're all they're doing is cert farming all the time. They're not actually looking for some way to benefit the team or to try to change the outcome of the battle, which is practically all I'm doing all the time. And I'm either doing two things. I'm trying to piss off the other team, or I'm trying to, so that they get distracted from their objective, or I'm trying to augment what our own team does. Trying to give them the capacity to see where the enemy is by throwing down a motion beacon or taking out a proxy ant, And I can just be in my proxy ant for about half an hour at a biolab, and people are making so many kills, and that the enemy hasn't tumbled to the fact that there's a vehicle sitting around somewhere that's got this proximity sensory and stuff that's the whole team is benefiting from. And so then they eventually get rid of those vehicles. Sundays can do them, ants can do them, Valkyries can do it. I think the flashes can. Lightnings can, but anyhow, that's the deal. So let's figure out what's going on in Planetside right now. I gotta figure this thing out. I'm gonna see what's going on with this baby. Oh, let's see. Come on. So I make a long hold on the square, and then I do a small tap, and then we're on Indar. Yeah. I've been having a lot of luck lately just coming into the game for the first time and being on Indar, which is nice. What's not so nice is after Indar, it just throws you back to Hazen, and everybody hates Hazen. So the reason why people hate Hazen is because you just can't get ground vehicles through Hazen without some frustration because of all the stupid vegetation that shouldn't even exist. Because if it was a war zone, all that vegetation would be completely obliterated. They wouldn't even exist at all. I mean, the bombs and stuff would just blow it away. So it doesn't even make any, though it makes aesthetic sense, it makes no logical sense in a war zone. Because a war zone, when people are warring in any kind of land, any kind of vegetation there just gets completely obliterated by all of the bombs and stuff that have dropped. That's the reason why a war zone looks like basically just mud and dirt, is because the vegetation has been just completely worn away from the activity. So the artists that work on these things, I don't know how many of them actually understand that, that war zones never look beautiful. They're always fucked up. So okay, I'm on VS, which tends to be the case, and that's VS tends to be underpopped. And the funny thing about VS, what are you doing? Are you swiping at me? These guys are swiping at me because I kill them all the time. That's the reason why they're doing this shit. It's like, I hate you. You kill me all the time whenever I'm like doing something. You piss me off, and or it also may be that I'm just sitting still. I'm looking at the map, and they're just kind of like, what the fuck are you doing? You know, you're sitting still. Why aren't you out there doing something? You know, or it's that, oh, you're that Lawrence Lessig guy that just keeps killing everybody. You know, they get upset at you that you're actually successful and they're not. You know, that's that you're successful and they're not, and you're doing it without like a weapon, and your KD ratio is awful. It's your KD ratio is a fucking phallical reference. It's how good your dick is, and that's kind of the same thing as being able to make a 3-point shot in basketball, or make any kind of shot in basketball. It's a one-dimensional skill. It doesn't require any special. All it is it's like golf. It's trying to get something into a hole from very far off. It seems like an impossibility, but it's a skill that's practically one-dimensional. It's trying to do one thing really well. And then you end up being a one-trick pony to some degree, you know. You end up being like that guy that who was at the Patriots had, who would just make these kicks that would always just like go over, you know, that would help them win. And they had an entire game where the entire game was just this one guy kicking a ball far enough down the field as to get a goal, and he just kept getting goals, and then nobody was playing the game. It was just him kicking a ball. It seemed to recall it was something like that. So people are easily controlled by the ideas that something could be, that they could be successful at just doing one thing really well, to actually be like a basketball player or a golfer or something. They're seduced by those ideas. They're not seduced by the ideas of actually developing strategy, not being good at one thing, but being good at a number of things at the same time. Because when you're good at a number of things without much complete precision, or, you know, or to some degree a certain imprecision, they think that there's something wrong with it. I don't understand that point of view. My point of it, the way I do things, is I tend to jump around. I tend to pull in from my brain anything that's going to benefit the outcome. So, mm-hmm. Why do I need jokers about it? Whole society is full of me. Me. jewelry coins, yeah. I wonder how many people realize that this battle, to some degree, is dependent on the conundrum of where to attack next. Fuck. So. Have to eliminate some of the short circuits. So that's what I do. I identify short cycles in any kind of plan, and then I do things to take advantage. I use what you think is your power against you to get you, you know. Why things that some character as mine on NC would just obliterate the self-image of the other factions. Why would it be something of such rather than say somebody who waits around for the faction to dissipate to actually come in and ruin the perception? And what really rules over the enemy in this game is, or the rules over people in this game is the idea that all this vegetation would be non-existent. This is a real war zone. He's pointed it out. Don't fit it. A personal what's attractive about my character is also the discouraging attribute and fear and frustration and everything else that people have for my character is the inability for my character to actually be a person with real feelings or hands. Yeah, somebody that yeah, so so when I'm playing, ideas hit my brain. I have there are times when I'll have 1,000 epiphanies in a day, that I just have all these realizations, and I come to the realization that to be there playing the game has actually not been any benefit, because it's basically communicating the idea what you got now is not enough, and that even if you had enough, you probably wouldn't be that effective, because people are not thinking about the problem. They're thinking about what guns they're using to get people mowed down in this. That mowing my lawn is not going to happen. Yes. So. And the reason why they're doing all that crap in the first place, even to get my character, is they're in denial that their own abilities, the capacity to to control themselves, is so my focus is to try to play into is to come in, or in any situation, to try to pander to the simplest form of control, which is over that as well. People are investing so much in perfecting their jump shot, or whatever the fuck it is in the sports world that everybody does, you know. I'm not into developing developing skills in particular parts of an area in any kind of game. And the reason why is because I understand it is the way I can control others, is by using their pride in their fault into their abilities. That is going to permit me to leverage whatever thing I can do to prevent the enemy and TR and NC have been doing in separate. And so mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So what I'm really doing is I'm just in here taking simple much.